phylum Cnidaria are aquatic invertebrates, including the classes Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa, Cubozoa, and Anthozoa. These species are classified by their radiosymmetry, the formation and structure of their bodies, their ability to sting, and the fact that they routinely eat, poop, and make babies out of one singular orifice. Nice. Within phylum Cnidaria, there are currently about 9,000 species known to man, 100 of which are toxic to humans. Although these species can vary greatly in terms of size and coloration, the basic formation of their bodies are always the same. Cnidarians are generally cylindrical, or shaped like a bell or an umbrella. Depending on whether the opening in the organism is facing upwards, as in anemones, or downwards, as in jellyfish, they are either classified as a polyp or a medusa structure respectively. The bodies of cnidarians are diploblastic, meaning that they have two layers of cells that make up their body. Between these layers is the jelly, the mesoglia, which serves as the glue which holds the layers together. As a whole, the entire phyla of cnidarians are carnivorous, due to the fact that polyps are typically sessile, which means that they do not move their location, and only some medusoid organisms have sensory structures. It is believed that jellyfish do not hunt. They've simply perfected the art of being at the right place at the right time. When an organism such as a fish or plankton swims into the tentacles of a cnidarian, they become tangled up and are then transported to a digestive cavity deep within the organism. However, as in corals and other forms of cnidaria, jellyfish also absorb nutrients from the water around them, and in some cases can form a symbiotic relationship with algae. Cnidarians also have no need for most of the organs found in other organisms, such as a heart and a brain. Instead, a net of specialized tissues allows the animals to feel their way through life, essentially a nervous system without a control center. The ability to sting in cnidarians comes from the animal's nematocytes, which surround the edge of the mouth bud. These organelles can be described as pressure points, which when triggered will harpoon prey or predators with a small, thin, needle-like structure containing venom. It is this venom that causes the sting. The best defense against a cnidarian sting is a tough layer of skin that the nematocytes cannot penetrate. This is also the reason that some animals are able to live in close contact with anemones and jellyfish, whereas others are not. In corals, reproduction is always done asexually. However, in a jellyfish, it can either reproduce sexually or asexually, depending on its stage in life. Mainly due to the fact that corals cannot move, they generally form colonies around themselves when they reproduce. Jellyfish, however, have a much different looking life cycle. During reproduction, the male releases sperm through its mouth bud openly into the water, hoping that it will be absorbed into another jellyfish unknowingly. Fertilization and early embryonic development occur here until a larva is formed. This larva will then leave the jellyfish and after several days will attach itself to a firm surface, such as the sea floor, and gradually transform into a flower-like polyp called a strome. Then, when conditions are right, these fully developed polyps will develop into a stromula, which resembles a stack of discs as shown. Each individual disc will then develop and separate itself from the stack, forming a medusa of their own and thus continuing the cycle once more. Although fossilized corals have been found, it is extremely tough to track the soft-bodied cnidarians through time. However, due to fossilized impressions found within soft mud, we can now deduce that jellyfish have existed for at least 570 million years, emerging in the Ediacaran period. This leads scientists to believe that cnidarians are among the first examples of anything resembling intelligence on Earth.
Jellyfish, 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 jellyfish. Take some jelly, take some fish. Look at that sandwich, delish. Just make sure you don't eat a real jellyfish. Or you'll die! Jellyfish, 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 jellyfish.